There will be plenty of changes, I'm sure. Raúl, Morientes, Baptista, all starting up front for Real Madrid. Makelele, Carvalho, Guti is not a bad midfield as well. Desailly in goal, Arbeloa, Carvalho, Fernando Sanz and Amavisca. Tell you what, that's a pretty strong team.
Just looking at that picture as well of Guti, it's a very young-looking Guti there as well. That wasn't taken in the last...
Well, all of the pictures are relatively youthful. From when they were Madridistas and they were in their playing days. So that's the starting 11 for Real Madrid. We'll see who's starting for Chelsea in just a moment.
That is a strong starting 11, as you say, Phil. It looks as if that starting 11 has been picked with the idea of winning the game and going out from the start and doing that. Let's see the Chelsea starting 11 as well.
Kudachini, Belletti, Sinclair, Desailly and Gallas and Babayaro. So a five-man defence. Poyet, Thiago and Newton, Eddie Newton. And then Flora Maluda and Andre Shevchenko up front for Chelsea. So there we go. Again, that's a relatively strong team from Chelsea.
Titulares número 1 César, con el 2 Carvalho, número 7 Raúl,
with 5 in the back, whether they're going to try and get the two full-backs forward or maybe they're just going to sit with 5 at the back and try and defend. It's a big pitch for these players.
Y con el 24 Makelele.
As you said, it has been pretty warm. It is always warm for this game, we know, and it's not actually too sunny today. There has been a little bit hazy sunshine. There's a little bit of cloud, so the players aren't playing in sort of direct sunlight or the really searing heat that you do get sometimes in Spain, certainly Madrid in June, when this game is always played. That's the bench for Real Madrid, and all of those players will get onto the pitch at some point today to just rekindle their love affair with the Bernabéu, playing on that magical pitch. Obviously fortunate enough to have been to the Bernabéu many times. It is incredibly special to be inside this stadium, but to play out on the pitch must be something else. And even if you've done it hundreds of times, I'm sure it doesn't get any less special. And actually it might get even more special when you haven't been out on the pitch for a while, to get back out there inside this stadium in front of a not quite packed house, but a really big crowd, and to just feel like we're back, we're playing.
It is a big crowd. You can see there's very little spaces there, and it's just a top tier that has any gaps in it, really. So it's looking at that, you would say it's over 65,000, 70,000, something like that from the...
A big crowd, definitely, for this Corazon Classic match. Of course, a few tourists. There are always tourists in Madrid in January, but a lot of Madridistas taking the chance. Obviously, tickets were available from just €5, I think it was, very reasonably priced tickets. This is often a great chance for kids to come for the first time to the Bernabéu. A lot of Madridistas, their first game, youngsters will have either have been the Corazon Classic match, or perhaps the Santiago Bernabéu trophy as well, which is always played at the start of the season, which is also another traditional fixture. So let's see. There you go, a bit of a deep breath there from Makelele. What an engine he had on him as a player. Let's see how much of that engine remains. There's Thiago, so a relatively youthful player. For those of you who used to seeing Emilio Butragueño, he's usually plays today, but he's injured, so won't be featuring today. A terrific atmosphere inside the Santiago Bernabéu. It is the 10th edition of the Corazon Classic match. Real Madrid legends against Chelsea legends. We are underway. Real Madrid kicking from left to right in this first half. The tempo might be slow, but the technical ability and talent of the players on show is not to be underestimated. The first touch there for Carlo Cudicini in the Chelsea goal. As Marcel Desailly, World Cup winning centre-back, tries to play out from the back. Amavisca reading it well. It falls to Julio Baptista, who chips it forward. But, Fernando Morientes isn't going to get on the end of that Raúl in this starting 11 for Real Madrid, alongside Morientes, alongside Julio Baptista as well. Guti, plenty of firepower and attacking talent for Real Madrid. Loads of goals as well. I didn't have a chance to calculate the number of career goals between Raúl, Fernando Morientes, Julio Baptista, but suffice to say it is a very, very high figure. As Kudachini plays it out once more to Celestine Babayaro, the former Nigerian international for Chelsea.
And Real Madrid get the ball for the first time.
In their own half, trying to build from the back. There is Amavisca. And of course, expect the first half of the first half to be played at a pretty good tempo. Amavisca back to Fernando Sanz, forming the centre-back partnership with Ricardo Carvalho today. We'll see Fernando Hierro on, I'm sure, at some point. A lot of games between them, Carvalho and Fernando Sanz. Centre-back, here's Carvalho, unable to work out the cross.
Just get the feeling that Raúl is going to be one of the main protagonists in this game, dropping back, getting on the ball, trying to make things work for Real Madrid already. Chelsea in no hurry to get the ball in play. Good skills there from Shevchenko, bringing the ball down.
Here's Flora Maluda. Shevchenko to Maluda.
Shevchenko moving a lot as well, looking as if he's ready to compete, take on that Raúl role for Chelsea and get involved in everything.
Shevchenko is first chance of the game for Flora Maluda. He put it wide. Chance that he may have taken back in his playing days, but the first real clean sight of goal is Babayaro. Very nice touch actually there from Celestine Babayaro to find Flora Maluda. We were speaking about Andrei Shevchenko, of course. He's still very much involved in football, being the current manager of the Ukraine national team. He's also been very keenly involved in Ukrainian politics as well. Here's Arbeloa. Morientes. It's just great to be able to say these names as well. I've never really got to commentate matches with all these legends during their playing careers. But there you go, Carvalho to Guti, Makelele to Julio Baptista. It falls to Poyet, who was capable of scoring some lovely goals. Gustavo Poyet
looks very fit as well, Gustavo Poyet. He's the main man in the centre midfield for Chelsea, so he's got to get through a lot of running.
Most recently was the manager of Bordeaux in Liga 1. Poyet. It was a brief spell in 2018.
Club legend at Zaragoza, Gustavo Poyet, won a European Cup Winners' Cup with them. Against Arsenal. In the early 90s.
Here is Arbeloa. Floating that ball forward, of course, Arbeloa. Oh, falls to Raúl here. Morientes calling for it, and Baptista. It's fired in towards the 6-yard box, just about cleared. I think it was Thiago who stuck out a leg. Back come Real Madrid. Here's Guti, Amavisca out wide, floating that ball in towards the back post. Raúl was lurking. It had to be put out by Frank Sinclair.
Raúl's probably, from what we've seen so far, probably still the quickest player on this pitch.
To Fernando Sanz. Fernando Sanz, who also played for Malaga and was the club president for a number of years. In towards Raúl. It's a great save by Cudicini to deny Raúl. And in the end, it's gone out for a goal kick, but Raúl stealing in there, really rolling back the years.
Well, that's what he always did, Raúl. You could get a ball in close to him and he would be so competitive and quick, able to get ahead of a defender. That's what he did there. Steed at goalwards, and it wasn't a bad save either.
Absolutely. Impressive from Carlo Cudicini, getting down to deny Raúl. Of course, he's Italian, Carlo Cudicini, but he'd been in England so long that he was actually eligible to play for England. I remember at some point there was some talk of him being nationalised English and playing for the English national team. It never actually happened. 45 years of age, 6'1". He got down pretty quickly to deny Raúl there. Space there for Shevchenko.
Gustavo Poyet, looking like a great competitor still as well. Tackling Guti there.
Cross-field pass, looking for the run of Babayaro.
Looks like it could be quite an even game. Chelsea have shown that they can get forward as well. They've got a few hard-working competitors in that team.
Here is Guti to Raúl. Will he take the shot on? Looks to dink it over the top to Morientes, who's through. And Morientes makes no mistake there. Although it's offside. Well, the wry smile from Morientes. What a ball that was from Raúl. Chipping over the top. Let's see.
It's classic Raúl, getting his foot under the ball and little dink. I said before, scored so many goals like that. When he gets into a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, just knows how to find the space to beat a goalkeeper. Not necessarily keep it on the ground a lot of the time, getting it over the keeper. Guti's getting on the ball a lot for Madrid as well.
Just what they would want. There's Arbeloa. Raúl. Chance here for Floro Maluda. Cross comes Carvalho as Arbeloa looks to get back in position. Thiago, well read by Guti. It falls to Poyet. Yeah, misplaced pass from Eddie Newton. It's Gallas. Maluda. Nicely worked out wide here to Babayaro, puts that first-time cross in, but Carvalho with the block, and now Real Madrid can try and break. Raúl certainly does look like the quickest player out of the pitch, out on the pitch, absolutely right. There's Morientes. Baptista. There's still Baptista, and can he find the finish? Well, he's brought down in the area. The loose ball, and Raúl in the right place at the right time. Raúl, Carlo Cudicini didn't have that ball under control. Raúl stole it from him to score the opening goal of the Corazon Classic match 2019.
I think it was odds on that Raúl was going to get a goal today, and that might not be the last we've seen of him. They worked the ball through the centre of the Chelsea defence. Good work from Baptista, who didn't allow two defenders to take it off him, and Raúl was there to knock it past the keeper, Cudicini, and put it into the back of the net.
That ball definitely wasn't under control. Raúl wasn't giving that up.
Smiles all round as Real Madrid go a goal ahead. Just get the feeling there's going to be a lot of goals in this one.
Chelsea looked to instantly hit back, and it was a decent looking ball in for Shevchenko. Couldn't keep the header down.
You can see that Shevchenko's taking this very seriously as well. He got ahead of Carvalho there. That's no mean feat.
Here's Morientes, Guti. Clearance not the best. I suppose things like crosses, the quality in these kind of games might be a little bit lower than you might expect, because those kind of things is something that you tend to practice a lot in training. Crosses, balls into the box, corners, set pieces, and if you don't practice those sort of day in, day out, the quality might go. There you go. Raúl joking that time to substitute me now. No.
I think as well, just the physical fitness of the players. By the time they get into the position to cross, sometimes they're just too tired to really get the right quality on the ball. When you're a full-time pro and you're on the top of your game, top of your fitness.
Oh, the flick from Guti is glorious. Oh, what a goal that is from Morientes. Sublime from Real Madrid. That flick from Guti, we've seen that before somewhere. And that finish from Morientes, emphatic. Real Madrid have got a second.
They're enjoying themselves out there. Smiles all around, and it was a brilliantly worked goal. Here it is again. Amavisca getting it on the left. Came inside. Guti, plenty of time. Raúl getting the ball back into Guti, the flick from him.
Oh, credit to Arbeloa as well. Did brilliantly for the assist, but that flick is sumptuous.
For me, Guti will always be remembered for a fantastic goal that Real Madrid scored at Deportivo La Coruña, where Guti did something you've never seen on a football pitch. Instead of shooting just yards from goal, he gave a little back flick, and I can't remember who it was who came in. And it
was Karim Benzema.
Karim Benzema. That was a sublime piece of skill that you just total invention of football that you would never be able to imagine. Guti doing something similar there in the penalty area with one little flick.
You know what the funny thing about that is? It's not even his best back heel assist from Guti. He did an incredible one for Zidane at the Bernabéu. As well, which I'm not going to describe, but go and check it out. It is even better than the one at Riazor. Guti back heel assist for Zidane. Back in the real world, in the present, is Flora Maluda, cleared by Ricardo Carvalho. As Chelsea look to hit back.
Well, I think Chelsea might just be a bit worried that they could be on the receiving end of quite a thumping here.
Well, we said Real Madrid's biggest win in this fixture was 8-3 against Bayern Munich legends back in 2011.
They have got men forward, Chelsea. Watch out for Andrei Shevchenko. He's looking quite the competitor so far. I think if there is going to be a Chelsea goal, he's the likeliest scorer.
So if you're just joining us, we're live here on Real Madrid TV from the Santiago Bernabéu. It is the 10th edition of the Corazon Classic match, Real Madrid legends against Chelsea legends. And two legends have already scored for Real Madrid, Raúl and Morientes. Two lovely goals. It's a good challenge there from Amavisca. This goal for the second is just wonderful.
Well, there was 6 or 7 Chelsea defenders in the penalty area that had to find a way to get past them, and they did. Arbeloa with the little touch as well. For Fernando Morientes.
Headed away by Carvalho. And they're yet to really see Chelsea as an attacking threat. They had that one chance for Flora Maluda. She couldn't get on target. Is Raúl. Back heel to Guti. We're used to seeing Guti doing the back heels. Baptista out wide. Carvalho floating a ball in towards Morientes. Well, you can tell the Real Madrid players definitely enjoying themselves out there. They're playing some nice stuff. Is Desailly now, perhaps? I mean, there might start be a few puffs of the cheeks.
Yeah,
18 minutes gone.
Almost 20 played. The heat maybe beginning to tell. You may see a few calls to the bench for a change from players who feel that as if they can't quite give their all.
There's Arbeloa to Carvalho. Those two playing many matches together. Guti to Makelele. Wide to Amavisca, is getting forward down that left wing. Whips in a brilliant ball. Oh, what a goal! Wow! What about that cross from Amavisca? And when you put in a cross like that for Fernando Morientes, it doesn't matter what year it is, how old he is, he's going to score that always. That's exactly what he did. Brilliant goal.
Well, I said to myself when I saw the ball halfway across and it was coming to Morientes, I said, God, that's got goal written all over it. And there was really no other ending for that one. Morientes with his head. I mentioned earlier, I've seen him score 5 with his head in this stadium against Las Palmas in a league game. Just coming back to me now, memories, a couple of them were like that. And Cudicini in the Chelsea goal could do nothing to stop that. Real Madrid are 3 goals ahead. And the water is getting thrown out of the Chelsea dugout. A couple of the players perhaps struggling in the Madrid heat. We've got a few competitors on the sideline there in Gianfranco Zola and Dennis Wise, who could be coming on.
Said it was
Zola not looking much older than he did when he played. Powerful header from Morientes. He had to throw himself at the ball. He had Frank Sinclair challenging him for it as well. Also a very good cross from Amavisca.
Brilliant cross. Superb. Well, we've seen 3 very, very good goals here.
Fernando Morientes looking in form. I know for a fact that he's still a very fit former player. I see him out running quite a lot in Madrid. He certainly gets the miles in.
They only stopped playing technically a few years ago. Had a few games in the Spanish Tercera División for Santa Ana in 2015. So, approaching midway through this first half in the Corazón Classic match, Real Madrid in cruise control and really playing some nice stuff. They've scored 3 great goals. Oh, and they've conceded a penalty right in front of the referee. Bit of a mix-up there between Arbeloa and Ricardo Carvalho, and Shevchenko was there making a nuisance of himself. They did get the ball, Carvalho. Subsequently, contact with Shevchenko, but there he gets the ball. Anyway, Shevchenko to take, and passes it into the back of the net. For 3-1.
I thought Shevchenko would find a way to get on the score sheet somehow. Thiago there as well, possibly the most recent player on the pitch was at Atletico Madrid until 2017. Of course, Alvaro Arbeloa as well was at Real Madrid, I think, until 2017 as well, just 2 summers ago since he retired.
Of course, had that spell in London with West Ham in his final season, the 2016-2017 season. Arbeloa didn't feature too much for them. Real Madrid canterano. Arbeloa. Well, let's see if that goal will galvanise Chelsea a little bit. Shevchenko certainly looks like he means business. Out wide here to Maluda. So, good clearance there from Fernando Sanz, had to be in the right place. And again by Maluda. Oh, that's a good header. Really good header there from Gustavo Poyet, and Chelsea have pulled 2 back in quick succession. Flora Maluda with a quality ball into the box, and Poyet threw himself at it to find a good finish.
In the early minutes as well, Poyet was a player that we picked out as looking quite a competitor. And he made sure he reeled back the years there when the ball came into the box. Good header from him. I suppose we've got a bit of a match on our hands. It depends what quality either side can take off the bench now to see where this game is going. Coming on for Real Madrid there is Ivan Campo.
Doble cambio en el Real Madrid Leyendas.
It's a double change for Real Madrid.
Con el 2 Carvalho y con el 24 Makelele.
Off go Carvalho and Makelele. Ivan Campo is coming on, as well as Alberto Rivera.
Con el 12 Iván Campo y con el 5 Rivera.
Makelele will be featuring in the second half as well for Chelsea, so putting on the Chelsea shirt now, Makelele. So that's the story of the game so far. Real Madrid racing into a 3-0 lead, but Chelsea pulling 2 goals back in quick succession. We do have a real game on our hands here in this 10th edition of the Corazón Classic match. Real Madrid looking so good when they've gotten forward, though. Morientes, Raúl, Guti, all rolling back the years. It's been great to watch so far, a really entertaining spectacle. And now Chelsea feel like they might have a bit of momentum with those 2 quick goals. Let's see if they'll enjoy a bit of a spell here. Put Real Madrid under a bit of pressure, which they haven't done up until now. And they've just scored 2 quick goals, but prior to that they had not had any real chances. Well, from that one that fell to Flora Maluda. As Gallas forced all the way back to Carlo Quidacini. Look at Raúl wanting to close down the goalkeeper. Well, Frank Sinclair tripping over his feet. Smiles from his teammates. Here's Baptista. Morientes almost fell to Raúl in the penalty area. It's a strong challenge from Amavisca, who's had a couple of good tackles in this game so far.
Same hairstyle as when he played, Amavisca. It's not all the players can say.
48 years of age, Amavisca.
Se retiran con el 24 Newton y con el 6 Desailly.
So Desailly and Eddie Newton going off. And on comes Claude Makelele. So he's going to play for Chelsea now in this half. Thought he was going to do a half for each team. Perhaps
I wonder if he's going to do that in the second half as well.
Well, maybe 90 minutes is asking a bit too much. Ricardo Carvalho coming on as well. We're going to play a half of a half each.
Carvalho as well played for Chelsea now. Yeah, it really does.
There we go.
Remind you of fun kickabouts on the park, where people could just change from one side to the other.
It's not next goal wins though. Here's Maluda forcing a decent save. Oh, and the follow-up from Thiago didn't work. Cesar, Real Madrid keeper, making his first save of the game, and it's a really good one as well. Maluda gets there.
I thought Chelsea had the equaliser there with the follow-up from Thiago.
Puts it wide. Now it's Chelsea's turn to try and roll back the years. He's Ivan Campo. Guti. Amavisca battling. He's not giving that ball up.
Chelsea have certainly grown into the game. They are making it competitive.
Here's Thiago. Out wide to Maluda, seeing a lot of the ball. Here's Babayaro. Oof. Off the woodwork there from Celestine Babayaro. Well, didn't look like it was a shooting position, but
he did well. He knew what he wanted to do. He may go for it again here.
He wasn't renowned for his goal-scoring, Celestine Babayaro, while he was a Chelsea player. But, 5 goals in 132 appearances, but he nearly got one there.
If anything, the pace has quickened up in the last few minutes.
He was part of that brilliant generation of Nigerian footballers, Celestine Babayaro, that won the gold medal at the Olympics in Atlanta in 1996. Some great players. Taribo West, Nwankwo Kanu, among them JJ Okocha, and a young Celestine Babayaro. He's Raúl to Guti. Chelsea have definitely enjoyed the better of the last 5 or 10 minutes. Morientes coming forward now. Raúl, Guti. Real Madrid trying to move the ball quickly. Here's Raúl again. Leaves it for Baptista. Just can't find a way through. Here's Florent Malouda, who's been Chelsea's brightest spark. I think it's fair to say both him and Shevchenko. A bit of a handful. There's Poyet. Thiago to William Gallas. Here's William Gallas now. To Makelele. Gives the ball away, Makelele, to Alberto Rivera.
He was busy since he came on, Rivera. He's just gone down with maybe a...
Yeah, he was just caught there.
He's okay. He's up.
Never really established himself in the first team. He was...
Played for Betis for a number of years.
Yes. He's Real Madrid Canterano, played for Real Madrid C, Real Madrid Castilla, a couple of appearances for the first team. Another change. Off goes Celestine Babayaro, on comes Danny Granville. Another player who didn't necessarily establish himself with the first team. Danny Granville only had one season really with the Chelsea first team, played the majority of his career for Crystal Palace. He's on now for Chelsea, who are trailing by 3-2 in the 10th edition of the Corazon Classic match here at the Santiago Bernabéu. A terrific crowd.
They're getting involved in the Mexican wave now, going around the stadium. There's Real Madrid trying to look for a fourth. This crowd contributing to raising lots of money for the Real Madrid Foundation as the ball comes in, looking for Morientes, and it had gone out. I think it's a corner. He said all proceeds from this game going towards the Real Madrid Foundation. There's a free kick given, actually, not a corner. Free kick given, which Guti will take now. Can Guti find a good delivery here? Put it away by Belletti, only as far as Rivera. And Real Madrid go back to Carvalho. Real Madrid have certainly moved the ball quicker in the final third than Chelsea. That's where they've had some success, when they've been able to link up quickly. Raúl keen to do that whenever possible. Here's Morientes. Carvalho joining the attack. He's going to take the shot on here. Oh, what a goal! Christian Carvalho with an absolute screamer. You could tell that he fancied that shot, and boy did he catch it well. I think he tried to fool Cudicini in the Chelsea goal by showing little interest in the shot, but actually going for it. Keeper didn't expect it. He got the ball here and feigned a bit of disinterest. and then hit one crisply into the bottom corner. And Madrid have regained that 2-goal lead.
And he only ever scored one goal for Real Madrid, Carvalho. He scored one here for the veterans. What a goal that is.
At one stage, I think, holding nearly every trophy that was available in the game when he won the World Cup with France.
He won 2 Champions League titles with Real Madrid. The World Cup, European Championship with France, 1998 and 2000.
Nice touch there from Rivera.
Absolutely. Guti dispossessed subsequently. We have seen some really nice touches, some really nice goals scored.
Great shot from Carvalho. It must be a great feeling for these players to be able to do that again. Reel back the years with a shot like that at such a fantastic setting as the Santiago Bernabéu in front of a big crowd.
Here's Guti to Raúl.
Shevchenko still meaning business out there, wanting to get involved in everything. Here he is again.
Visca reading it though. Thiago to a Poyet, who gets it back. Thiago into the area. Still Thiago looking for an option. Try to find Maluda. Here is Raúl once more. Lovely first touch, taking the ball in his stride, finding Baptista. Baptista will go for goal. Well, every time Real Madrid have got in and around the penalty area, their play has been really impressive.
Cambio en el Chelsea. Se retira con el 20.
Baptista knew exactly where to go there, just to run off the ball, give him space to receive the pass from Raúl. And it was a good save as well from Guti. It could have got in, I think.
Cambio en el Real Madrid.
Guti didn't get a
Se
little
retira
touch.
con el 14. Guti.
Off goes Guti. He's been brilliant. Really has.
Y entra con el 6, Julio
Llorente coming on to replace him. Guti's name being chanted by the fans here. Julio Llorente, the nephew of Paco Gento, Madrid's honorary president, legendary player, only player to win 6 European Cups, Paco Gento. Julio Llorente had a decent career, played for Real Madrid Castilla and Real Madrid, some other clubs in Spain as well. Here is Morientes coming forward. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Morientes to Raúl. 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches. Oh, just lobbed over from Raúl. Absolutely wonderful.
That's the Raúl trademark, little chip getting his foot under the ball and trying to beat the keeper that way. Just didn't come down enough. Great balance from Raúl. It's one of the things he always had as a player. Along with his fantastic competitiveness.
So there we go. The first half is over. Real Madrid leading by 4 goals to 2. It has been highly entertaining stuff here. The Corazon Classic match. Join us for the second half live here on Real Madrid TV.
I've booked your shower, sir.
Bringing the world together through Dubai. Fly Emirates, fly better.
There's a place with no address, where millions of fans live. A place where no matter the time or the distance, it's always open. Wherever you are. A place where you can cry, laugh, scream. It's full of energy and values. This is a place where you never feel alone. And where you can share your feelings. There is a place where you can feel your passion with pride. Join the club. Become a Madridista.
Ja jsem Madridista.
Madridista Lin.
Ja Madridista.
Watashi wa Madridista.
Es Madridista.
Soy Madridista.
Ja Madridista.
Ich bin Madridista.
I am Madridista.
The philosophy here is easy, it's winning.
Pourquoi? Parce que c'est le meilleur club du monde.
Mais de pouvoir justement repousser nos limites, essayer d'être le plus performant possible. Ah, c'est l'ADN de ce club.
esto es para vosotros también.
Welcome back to the Santiago Bernabéu for the second half of the 10th edition of the Corazón Classic match. It's Real Madrid legends against Chelsea legends, and there is a big Chelsea legend there, Gianfranco Zola, looking like he's about to get involved in the game. His side are trailing by 4-2 after a really enjoyable and entertaining opening 40 minutes to this game. Some magnificent goals scored by Real Madrid. Raúl getting his name on the score sheet, Fernando Morientes getting his name on the score sheet, as well as Christian Carvalho, who scored the 4th for Real Madrid with a really impressive long-range strike. Gustavo Poyet scoring for Chelsea, and Andrei Shevchenko converting from the penalty spot for the Blues. Chelsea were second best for much of the first half. Let's see how Real Madrid get on in this second half. I'm Phil Kitramalides, live commentary for you here on Real Madrid TV alongside Dermot Ledwith, enjoying this Corazón Classic match very much. It's been a really good spectacle so far.
It has, and plenty of goals too, and we thought that Real Madrid were going to run away with it at 3-0. They ran into that lead within 20 minutes, but then Chelsea somehow managed to find a way back, and both sides showing great competitive spirit, and both teams full of excellent players in their playing days, and obviously those players, the players who do reach the very top of the game, continue to have that competitive spirit, and you see it. We have seen it in the first half from both teams, and you know, Chelsea don't want to be made a fool of here as well. They, you know, when they went 3-0 down, they decided that they had to get forward and try and score a goal, and they got 2 back. So Real Madrid in the driving seat, but it should be enjoyable whatever happens. Let's see how the next 40 minutes play out, and we'll see a few more players coming on as well from the bench, getting minutes. So referee about to get us underway.
By the way, a mention for Raúl González, the Real Madrid captain today, who was absolutely brilliant in that first half. Fitness levels extremely high, But his touch, his speed, he was the standout player in that first half. I think it's fair to say. Fernando Morientes also doing very well. Here he is. Punished there for a foul on Gustavo Poyet. Let's see if we get some more goals in the second half.
En la portería número 1 Contreras, con el 2 Núñez, número 5 Rivera, 6 Julio Llorente, 7
Raúl. Some changes at half-time.
Dennis Wise on the pitch for Chelsea. Great competitor as a player.
We are yet to see Gianfranco Zola out on the pitch. I don't think he's the coach of the Chelsea side today, but I'm sure we will see the diminutive Sardinian out on the pitch at some point today. I think he would be possibly up there with one of the oldest players involved. It's 52.
Well, he is coach and possibly deciding when he can be best employed on the pitch. He's given himself the last 20 minutes or so.
Here is Julio Baptista, dispossessed by Dennis Wise. In theory, a bit of a mismatch there. Dennis Wise, certainly a diminutive player, although he was very feisty. Julio Baptista, whose nickname was the Beast.
Torre Andre Flo is on as well for Chelsea, furthest forward for them.
And Contreras has come on in goal for Real Madrid. There is Torre Andre Flo, long rangy figure of the Norwegian forward. It's Alvaro Arbeloa getting forward and winning the first corner of the game for either side. So Alberto Rivera to take this corner for Real Madrid. Danny Granville battling there with Raúl. Good looking ball in. Oh, and it's spilled and it falls to Carvalho. Well, I think he just tried to place it there. Hilario in the Chelsea goal, not covering himself with glory there, but now the Blues look to try and break here with Flora Maluda. Out wide to Ricardo Carvalho, who started this game playing for Real Madrid. Now he's put the Chelsea shirt on. Maluda, square ball to Torre Andre Flo. It's a good recovering challenge there from Rivera to deny Torre Andre Flo, who was in a really good position. Chances at both ends there in the space of about 60 seconds. Real Madrid denied Christian Carvalho. And then at the other end, Torre Andre Flo seeing his shot blocked by Rivera. Back come Real Madrid. Here's Morientes. Scorer of 2 of Real Madrid's 4 goals. It's Núñez putting a ball in to the 6-yard box. It's cleared by Carvalho.
Carvalho putting a stop in there, a block in there that looked like it was from a professional game. Still very quick. Portuguese defender.
Torre Andre Flo replacing Andrei Shevchenko in the Chelsea attack. Shevchenko looked extremely committed in that opening half. He was running the channels, holding the ball up well.
Yes, I think we'll see Shevchenko again before the end. Christian Carvalho there scored a fantastic goal in the first half where he really hit one. If he'd hit that one, I think he might have had a second. He decided to place it instead.
Trip there on Núñez. Morientes tussling. In the end, it's gone out for a goal kick.
Couple more substitutes waiting to come on for Real Madrid. Victor Sánchez del Amo and Edwin Congo lining up to come back on, or come onto the pitch for the first time.
Chelsea coming forward with Gustavo Poyet. Here's Florent Malouda, who's been their most dangerous player so far today. I think it's fair to say the former France international, and Malouda has looked quick, but very determined to get on the ball. Still only 39 years of age, Malouda, one of the younger players. Here's Dennis Wise in a bit of space in the penalty area, pulling it back, and it's into the back of the net, and I think that's an own goal. Julio Llorente trying to clear it, unfortunately putting the ball past Contreras.
Del Chelsea, goal de William
Gallas may have got a touch.
One of the
doble cambio
in the stadium.
Real Madrid Leyendas. Se retira con el 17,
there we go. So Gallas awarded that goal.
Whether he did or he didn't, he was very far forward for a defender.
And there was always a player that did like to get forward. William Gallas. So Edwin Congo and Victor Sanchez del Amo coming on. Edwin Congo not a player who featured too much for Real Madrid during his career. Victor Sanchez del Amo was not only an excellent player, he's been a manager as well in La Liga. Real Betis, Deportivo La Coruña, most recently, of course, Malaga, the current manager.
Won the Champions League with Real Madrid as well.
In towards Morientes.
Famous victory over Juventus with the Peja Mijatovic goal, 1998. Victor Sanchez was there then.
So as we expected, quite a few changes in this second half. Belletti back to William Gallas. Malouda. Still Malouda. Digs out a good cross. And it's Wise who clashed with Contreras. Both going for that ball. Dennis Wise just about picking himself up. Contreras might be a bit winded there. I think he was caught in the chest by Dennis Wise. On come the medical staff just to check that Contreras is okay. You can see both players looking at the ball.
Dennis Wise is another of these players out there who doesn't look very different to his playing days when I think we've aged too much at all. They're both okay.
Well, again, Florent Malouda involved in that build-up play. And he's been at the heart of everything that Chelsea have been put together today in terms of an attacking position. Malouda only retiring from football in 2017-2018 season, finishing his career with FC Differdange in Luxembourg. After a very successful spell with Chelsea, went to Trabzonspor in Turkey, then Metz back in France, the Delhi Dynamos in India, Wadi Degla in Egypt, before finishing in Luxembourg. So
it sounds like a player who either loved the game or loved to travel, or a bit of both.
Well, yes.
Certainly got a few clubs in at the end of his career.
Shot from distance gathered by Hilario. A very decorated player, Florent Malouda. And the Ligue 1 title with Lyon, the Premier League as well. 3 FA Cups for Chelsea. The shot from Edwin Congo, saved by Hilario, who got down very well. Here's Edwin Congo into the area. Can he get the shot away? And Gallas has given away a penalty. In fact, it was Makelele with that challenge. Let's see here. Oh, yes, clear penalty. Clear penalty.
He got a double whammy as well, Edwin Congo, when he went down.
Nearly got his name on the score sheet there, Edwin Congo. And you can guess who's going to take the penalty for Real Madrid. No questions about that. Raúl. Real Madrid's eterno capitán.
Well, they need this important penalty to get that 2-goal advantage again.
And there it is, right into the roof of the net from Raúl. That's how you take a penalty. You don't forget how to do that. Raúl getting his second goal of the game. Real Madrid's 5th, re-establishing that 2-goal lead.
Real Madrid.
It's almost an impossible penalty to take to get it right into the roof of the net. Almost chipped it up into that top corner. He didn't miss many penalties in his days as a first-team player here at Santiago Bernabéu, Raúl.
So Real Madrid re-establishing that 2-goal lead and looking to add to it as well. And let's see how long Raúl plays. He's been out there from the start for Real Madrid, both him and Morientes.
Imagine Raúl is one of those players who doesn't want to be taken off even in a charity game like this.
Well, no, but it's I suppose it's about fitness levels, but him and his Fernando Sanz, he started the game as well, as did Álvaro Arbeloa. Raúl out to Núñez. Victor. Gathered by Hilario, denying Fernando Morientes. Poyet also started the game for Chelsea. Bit of a look there from Danny Granville. Wayward pass. So the goals keep flowing in here in the Corazon Classic match. The most goals we've ever had in one of these games was back in 2011. Real Madrid beating Bayern Munich by 8-3, so 11 goals in the game. Not far off.
Chelsea will want to avoid that kind of result. They are still getting forward, Chelsea.
Perhaps do look a bit less dangerous after Shevchenko went off. Dispossessed easily.
I'm expecting Shevchenko to be back on before long.
Well, let's see if Zola comes on as well. How long he gives himself, the manager, the coach. Here's Maluda, who's still moving quickly. Ball into the area. Good-looking ball in. It's William Gallas again, who's the furthest player forward.
Well, he's decided he's going to enjoy himself and get forward.
Real Madrid se retira con el 9.
Alfonso now coming on for Madrid. Here's Fernando Morientes making way.
Well, it's been a great afternoon for Fernando Morientes with those 2 excellent goals.
Alfonso!
Here comes Alfonso Pérez.
After excellent forward in his day.
Yes. And after whom Getafe Stadium is named the Coliseum Alfonso Perez. If you ever wondered who was Alfonso Perez, well,
I don't think he ever actually played for Getafe, but he's from there.
He's from there. So he's a...
Made his name more for Betis.
Absolutely. Nearly 90 appearances for Real Madrid as Edwin Congo thrashes the woodwork there at the near post. And he's come close to scoring twice, the Colombian. Didn't have too many options.
And he looked up for the cross and then went for the shot.
Strong challenge there by Núñez. There's Rivera. Off goes Edwin Congo. Out comes Hilario. He's come a long way. He's going to have to foul him. He's going to have to take him down.
Well, he's caused a lot of problems since he came on, Edwin Congo. Won a penalty. Comical moment of the game there, I think.
It took real strength to stop Edwin Congo. He's a big, strong man. Hilario wasn't about to let him get away.
Cambio en el Real Madrid. Se retira con el 7. Raúl.
So we wondered how long Raúl would get. 56 minutes for Real Madrid's captain. Yeah, legendary centre forward. Off he goes after, well, in Spain and in Spanish they'd call it an exhibición, a sensational individual performance.
I think he's been the best player on the pitch until now.
Oh yes, by some distance he has still got it. Raúl González, replaced by Javier Balboa, one of the youngest members of this squad, aged only 34. Real Madrid canterano, born in Madrid. Bit of a journeyman career, having left Real Madrid, but he's on here now for the last 23 minutes or so.
Well, you could almost read into that as well as being a bit of a tactical change. Bring a 34-year-old on for the last 20 or so minutes.
Oh yes, and he's pretty quick as well, Javier Balboa.
I remember him coming onto the scene. He was very quick as a youngster.
Cambio en el Chelsea. Se retira con el 8. Gustavo Poyet.
Off goes Gus Poyet after scoring today. Certainly looking dangerous in the first half.
Shevchenko.
Shevchenko coming back on. I think the biggest competitor on the Chelsea side in this game so far, Shevchenko. Talked about a few players for Real Madrid who've really looked the part. So did Shevchenko in the first half.
Well, he did call it. Just we might see the Ukraine national coach back on the pitch, and here he is. Approaching an hour gone at the Santiago Bernabéu, a terrific turnout to support the work of the Real Madrid Foundation. All proceeds from this Corazon Classic match going towards that charity. And here's Edwin Congo, deflected behind for another corner for Real Madrid. Edwin Congo's looked very dangerous since coming on. As you said, made a real nuisance of himself up front. Real Madrid legends leading Chelsea legends by 5 goals to 3. It's been entertaining stuff. We've seen some excellent goals scored, and you get the feeling the scoring isn't over. It looked like that might have been an arm from Carvalho. There were no appeals as Belletti brings the ball forward for Chelsea. Shevchenko for Andre Flo. Dennis Wise. Real Madrid have got players back now. It's out wide here. Corner to Chelsea as they look to pull one back. Of course, Real Madrid racing into a 3-0 lead in this game before Chelsea made it 3-2. It was then 4-2, 4-3, and now 5-3. So after that bright start, Chelsea have been able to keep within touching distance of Real Madrid. Can they get one back here? Well, it's cleared at the near post. It falls to Balboa. Strong challenge, important challenge from Belletti as Makelele strides forward. Shevchenko running into Ivan Campo.
Cambio en el Chelsea. Se retira con el 19, Andre Flo.
Change for Chelsea. Off goes Andre Flo. And on comes Gianfranco Zola. I'm sure he'll get a warm reception. Legend of the game that he is.
Gianfranco Zola.
So on comes the Chelsea player coach. He's also a coach as well. At Chelsea, he's an assistant coach of the first team.
Was a great player in his day, Zola.
He really was. He's Victor. That's a nice run, and Congo. Oh, brilliant run from Alfonso. Edwin Congo has been trying to get his name on the score sheet. Thwarted once again.
I think we've now seen the reason why Edwin Congo's part of this Real Madrid veteran squad. Not a player with the most famous Real Madrid first team history, but he's still got it, and that's why he's playing here for the veteran side.
And towards Balboa. Just wide.
It's an important challenge as well to stop Edwin Congo.
Wide to Victor Sanchez Del Amo. Couple of step overs from the Malaga manager. They probably wouldn't have been able to have been involved today if Malaga had reached the playoff final, which is tonight. Now wide to Balboa. Thiago looking to put Malouda through, and he's through on goal here, Florent Malouda, and he's found a finish.
Well, You've earmarked Makelele as the danger man, Phil, for Chelsea, and he put that one away nicely, and we've got a bit of a grandstand finish on now, because it's 5-4.
Chelsea, goal de
just under 15 minutes to go. Made it look easy, Makelele.
Suggestion of offside, but we'll let it go. Makelele.
First bit of influence from Gianfranco Zola as well with the pass.
Cambio en el Real Madrid. Se retira con el 17. Arbeloa.
Impressive in the first half.
He was.
Y entra con el 11. Amavisca.
Back comes on Amavisca. Chelsea pull one back, and we're down to a single goal lead for Real Madrid. 9 goals in this edition of the Corazon Classic match. Certainly plenty of entertainment, real value for money, and the thousands of Madridistas who have turned out to be entertained, but also support the incredibly worthwhile work done by the Real Madrid Foundation, which is what today's game is all about. It's what it's always about. We talk about the Corazon Classic match. Is Belletti, and it might fall to Makelele again. In the end, Ivan Campo has to put it behind for a corner. And Chelsea finishing strongly here. Less than 15 minutes to go. And looking for an equaliser. Good cross in by Zola, headed away though. Falls to Amavisca. Here's Balboa. Rivera looking for Núñez. Balboa into the area. Carvalho did well, got his body in the way. A free kick here to Real Madrid. Looking to re-establish that 2-goal lead. To say it's a good challenge by Carvalho.
One player we haven't seen so far is Fernando Hierro. Don't forget to see him before the end.
Cambio en el Chelsea. Se retira con el 11. Dennis Wise.
Off goes Dennis Wise.
Y entra con el 8.
Back comes on. Gus Poyet. Hadn't had much of a breather, Gus Poyet. Only just gone off. Back on the Uruguayan. Nicely done by Rivera. It's Victor again. Might get another chance for a ball in. Instead it's squared to Rivera. Amavisca, just a slightly heavy touch. Shevchenko looking to get it back from Makelele, and getting it back, and he's through on goal here under Shevchenko on his own. Well, he was waiting for Makelele to rejoin the attack. The ball in from Zola. Oof. Lovely ball in.
That was nearly a fantastic move if Shevchenko could have got the ball across the front of the area. There's little doubt about the will to win for both sides. That's a good shot there. And a good save from Hilario. Shot from Rivera.
Well, Alberto Rivera, since coming on in the first half, has been highly impressive. It was a lovely curling effort. It was definitely... Oh, I think it was going in off the post there. And Hilario at full stretch. It's a brilliant save. Absolutely brilliant. This would have been some goal as well.
It was Maluda who was waiting in the box. We've got 9 minutes left and there's still some doubt about the outcome of this. Real Madrid could do with a goal now.
Corner, Real Madrid putting some pressure on here. In by Victor. It's a dangerous looking ball which Balletti puts behind for another corner, does he? No, it's kept in by Makelele. So we're into the final 10 minutes of this Corazon Classic match. We've seen some excellent goals. This has been one of the highest quality ones of these Corazon Classic matches that I can remember. And the quality is always pretty high. That's the thing, when you get such an assembled group of talented players, they're always going to be able to produce some memorable moments. But I think today we've seen Real Madrid, all 5 of Real Madrid's goals, even the penalty scored by Raúl was top quality. All 5 goals have been excellent. And Chelsea have played their part as well.
I think the two teams have pushed each other. Real Madrid ran into that 3-goal lead and Chelsea decided that they weren't going to take a beating. And that kind of pushed them to get forward and get a couple of goals. And then it's just improved the quality of the game as the game's gone on. Visca's been very impressive both defensively and getting forward. A brilliant cross for Fernando Morientes' header.
Here's Victor. Llorente unable to get that pass. He's Poyet for Chelsea. Haven't seen too much of Franco Zola. Here he is. Carvalho. The turn from Shevchenko is a good one. Maluda, who deserved his goal given his performance today. Núñez getting back. Campo with the clearance for Real Madrid, but back come Chelsea in search of an equaliser. Thiago. And Visca's there again, but Zola holds on to the ball, trying to dance away from Balboa and conceding a free kick in an area where Franco Zola might really fancy it.
Cambio en el Chelsea Legends. Se retira con el 13, William Gallas.
Got stamped on a little bit there, Zola, I think. Back to ground. He may fancy his chances from here. Chelsea are going to bring on a couple of players. Frank Sinclair's coming back.
Well, Desailly looked like he was coming on, but now he seems to be walking to the back to the bench. Frank Sinclair coming on for William Gallas.
Y entra con el 20, Frank Sinclair.
Zola to take. Oh, well, it wasn't too far away.
Well, you can see from the look on his face, he's taking it seriously. He wanted to score that. Zola curled it nicely, just too high, too wide.
Wide to a Nunez, putting a ball in. He's gone forward quite a lot. Antonio Nunez in this second half. Amavisca. Calmly done by Granville. There is still time for Chelsea to equalise this game, so Real Madrid have just got to try and see out this win. Keep their 100% record in the Corazon Classic matches. Zola. Maluda. Well, the tempo hasn't slowed down too much, actually. It's remained relatively constant, even though we're in the 78th minute of 80. Now Amavisca over the top. Frank Sinclair can get there.
I think the benches of both teams have been strong. I think in previous years you've seen a few players who maybe shouldn't have been involved, but you can't say that today.
Calmly done by Contreras. Closing in on a victory here, but more importantly, it's been a great afternoon, a great showcase. We've seen some great goals, and a lot of money's been raised for the Real Madrid Foundation. Here's Balboa, there's Amavisca, tireless down this left flank, getting forward again. And towards the back post. Oh! Strike that was from Nunez, and an equally brilliant save from Hilario.
Cross from the left from Amavisca. Sorry, from Balboa. Amavisca gave the ball to Balboa. Nunez first time, and Hilario with the save. Quality on the pitch showing through right into depth here. We're in the final minute. Madrid just hold on for the victory.
That would have been the goal of the game. Oh, he's onside. Edwin Congo's onside here.
Well, he deserves a goal, Edwin Congo.
Can he get it? Oh, that's clear. Frank Sinclair with that covering challenge. And that is the final action of this game. Edwin Congo so close. And in the end, cleared. And the score remains the final score. Real Madrid beating Chelsea by 5-4 in a hugely entertaining game. The 10th edition of the Corazon Classic match enjoyed by fans in the stadium and worldwide, joining us on Real Madrid TV. Thanks very much for joining us. Hope you enjoyed that game. We'll see you soon. Adios.
Hello and welcome to the Stade de France, which tonight plays host to the Champions League final as Real Madrid take on Valencia. It's the first time in the history of the Cup that two teams from the same country have met in the final. Let's take you through the two starting 11s. Iker Casillas in goal. Michel Salgado, Carranca, Ivan Elguera, Ivan Campo and Roberto Carlos make up that back five we've become so accustomed to. Redondo in the centre. McManaman starts out on the right with Raúl on the left and Morientes and Nicolas Anelka up front. Surprise finalists, Valencia line up like this.